May 1st, 1886, and many workers are protesting for an 8-hour workday, something they should have been getting since the 8-hour workday law in 1867. Workers during this time were only paid a very small amount and were expected to thrive and survive off this pay. 4 journalists for the Chicago Tribune surround a table in their office, eager to resume their daily routine of informing the public about the news and happenings of their home, the city of Chicago, Illinois. This is the story of what happened on those days. These days soon to be remembered as the Haymarket Riot.
I'm singing the song, a good song of the sea to me. Way, hey, blow the man down. I trust that you'll join the song.
Good morning, gentlemen. So, what do we have going on today?
I heard there was a protest going down on Michigan Avenue.
How many people are down there right now?
20,000? 30,000?
Actually, about 80,000 workers are currently protesting.
Holy mackerel, that's a lot of people.
Indeed.
So, what else do we have for news?
Oh yes, Easter has occurred the latest ever has, and in years it's the beginning of time itself.
That's very interesting.
Oh yeah, so you were talking about a protest that's going on today?
Yes, 2 individuals named Lucy Parsons and Albert Parsons organized the event. The event is for workers that want 8-hour workdays and keep the same pay.
The same pay!
Someone should go down there and interview them. That would make for a spiffing story.
Yes, what a superb idea.
I'll get down there right now.
While we are waiting, any other important news?
Well, the first public Dutch electricity company opened a little bit ago.
Interesting.
And now we join our fellow journalists on the Michigan Avenue, ready to interview some of the protest organizers.
Hello, Albert and Lucy Parsons. So what are you two doing down here?
Well, we have organized this here event to show that workers really want to get those 2 hours of work taken off and keep the same pay.
Thank you. Do you plan on any more protests after this?
Yes, we plan on more peaceful protests on the 2nd and the 3rd.
Yes, we can't wait. We have a good feeling that our work will not be for nothing. Some of the employers have even started to accept the 8-hour workday.
All right, thank you, Albert and Lucy Parsons. I hope you have a fine afternoon.
On May 2nd and May 3rd, the peaceful protest continued. But on the 3rd day, policemen turned violent and shot some of the workers. In response to this, Lucy Parsons organized a meeting on May 4th at the Haymarket Square. They were expecting 20,000 people, but only 2,500 showed. Now we join our fellow journalists on the scene of the Haymarket Riot.
Okay, hey, what's going on here today?
Yes, right now they're holding a meeting for the 8-hour workday.
The meeting has been going on for a while now. There seems to be about a couple hundred people left.
That's minuscule compared to the other protests.
There seems to be a man by the name of Samuel Fielden speaking right now.
Friends, family, come and see the truth. We need to fight the good fight because our bosses have been taking advantage of us. And we need the fight to an 8-hour workday. How does that sound to you, my fellow friends and family?
Now, it seems our police officers have bursted into the crowd and holding their rifles at them.
I don't like the looks of this.
Oh, it looks like there's some movement in the crowd. What's going on down there? Sir, what's your name, sir?
Why are you out here? Run for your life!
Sir, do you know what's going on?
What's going on? Did you not just hear the explosion?
Oh my lord, this is madness!
Madness, this is chaos.
The entire riot intensified as gunfire was exchanged and an explosive was thrown into a crowd of police officers, killing 6 police officers and 1 rioter. Not to mention, it injured about 25 rioters and bystanders. The next day, the journalists go out and interview people who were seen at the event.
Hello, I'm a reporter from the Chicago Tribune. Care to answer some questions?
Yes, but
All right, so you said your name is what?
my name is Frederick Bauer, and an explosion nearly blew my underhose right off. Destruction as a device was terrifying. I almost died out there.
Thank you. And you, sir?
I am Jacoby Snyder, and one of those police officers shot me in the knee. I am going to get them. First they take my job, now they take my leg. Dang it, dang it, dang it!
Thanks, sir.
The police have arrested 8 men and they are to be convicted for the bombing.
Yeah, they nearly blew out my eardrums.
A couple of months pass as the court hearings come and go.
Order in the court. war is all we've been hearing about today.
Indeed, there's going to be judgment for the crimes in Haymarket Square.
Finally, justice will be had.
We have some very important news today.
The journalists are at the Chicago courthouse, where Judge Joseph Gary is presiding over the case. The jury has been finding this case difficult to decide over, seeing that there is multiple perspectives and many different takes on what happened.
Order in the court. Has the jury reached a verdict?
We have decided and we find the defendants guilty.
Then the jury has decided. I pronounce the Haymarket rioters guilty and sentence 7 of the 8 of you to death by hanging. As for need be, you will serve 15 years of hard labor. May the Lord have mercy on your souls.
Wow, the supposed Haymarket bombers have just been sentenced to death in the gallows. Gruesome, but justice is never wrong.
What is interesting is that the jury was mostly bought out by wealthy businessmen who were opposed to the idea of giving their workers less hours. Unfortunately, this wasn't realized until long past the time of the riot. The journalists are now back at their offices discussing the Haymarket Riot.
Did they actually find who made that bomb?
Well, no one really knows who actually created the bomb, but it was suggested that was Lewis Lane, and he was apprehended by police force. Funny thing, they actually ordered for him to be pardoned, but he committed suicide while being held in jail.
How?
He bit down on a blasting cap, blowing more than half his face off, but it miraculously survived for about 6 hours in extreme pain and agony before dying.
Oh my, what way to go?
Indeed.
Well, that's all for the news today. Have a great day, gentlemen.
'Twas only years later when they realized that the leaders of the protest had nothing to do with the bombing. To them, it was just a bombing, but to the rest of America, that day became May Day, an international day of rest for all workers. The police officers who died were immortalized in a statue in Chicago, and progress was made to gain the right to an 8-hour workday. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming.